Alright. So so making sure I got everything straight. Alright, so WNBA Talk with Jay, episode 6, the Dallas Wings. We gonna talk about it. We gonna talk about it. We are. We gonna talk about it. Alright, so let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. The Dallas Wings season is not going as planned. It's definitely not going as planned. They're 6-19. They're 12th. They're 3-7 in their last 10 games. Additionally, going into the season, as far as the Dallas Wings, I'm like, all right, Letitia Trammell got them playing very well last season. And I'm like, all right, add some other talent along with what they had from last season. I'm like, all right, playoff bound team. Playoff bound team. So them being 16-19, it's disappointing, but they've had injuries too. Satu's been out. Satu's been out since the beginning of the year, as far as her shoulder. Um, Jalen Brown, she broke her nose, and then she hasn't been in rotation. Don't know the update with her as far as that. Maddie Segrist has stepped up, was playing very well. Then she broke her hand. So I, it's crazy. The rookie JC Sheldon, um, she's done very well in her minutes, defensively and offensively. Um, but I kind of figured with her going to being drafted by Dallas Wings, that was a good situation for her. That was a good situation for her to with veteran players, and she's a 4-year player. You know, like she's just straight business. Like she came in already prepared for the WNBA. You know, she shot the three well. She shot the three well, passes well, defense. Like she doesn't have a problem defending. So that's been a bright spot. Um, them Letitia Trammell going and signing Odyssey Sims. I think she waited. She should have got Odyssey Sims from the beginning. The Odyssey Sims should have been in their training camp from the beginning. You know, for a player that she's been there before, like you know what she brings. Like we've seen in the what 5-6 games since Odyssey Sims has been there. She's averaging 17 points a game. 17 points a game, 3 boards, 6 times. You know, her and Enrique play very well together in the backcourt. Um, it's a familiarity with them. So that no brainer. You should have went got Odyssey Sims sooner. Should have went got Odyssey Sims sooner. She done been at all y'all games. She should have been in y'all training camp. Letitia Trammell. Like, don't get me wrong, I like Jaylen Brown from what I saw in preseason and then to start the season, but she ain't playing. She's been injured. Um, she's just on the bench, honestly. She's just on the bench. Kind of the same with Lou Lopez Sunshine. Lou Lopez Sunshine is kind of like the odd woman out there. Like she's healthy this go round, but she still isn't really playing. So between one or the other, I would have beginning part of the season, I would have got Odyssey Sims on that roster way sooner. Way sooner. Um, she's she's been the difference maker. Like you can see the difference with now having her and on their team and in the backcourt with Enrique. Enrique's averaging 22, 5 and 22 points, 5 boards, 3 dimes. Enrique's gonna go and get hers, but team game. I'm thinking that Big T should be a little more dominant, but you know it's kind of hard to get her to be dominant when some games she's in foul trouble. She's in foul trouble and then wants to fuss with the refs. That doesn't help. Like she can be dominant. She can be a dominant player, but they got to give her the ball. Like in these mismatch situations with you need to be getting her the ball. Like I would be trying to get her started before I get anybody else going. Set up set up Big T in the post. That would be the goal. Set up Big T in the post, and that she's good to go. That would be what I'd be doing. I'd be setting her up in the post. That that she'd be good to go. That would be how I went about it. Would be exactly how I'd be going about it. Um, um, you got Big T. I would. Letitia Trammell's got to figure out how to make her dominant. Like all that height, yeah. Like y'all just can't be using her just to be physical, rebound and block shots. I would be telling Big T get in the post, demand the ball. You got in a mismatch most nights. Demand the ball, command the ball. Like Enrique dial back sometimes on it. You like get her going. Get her going. Same with Kalani. Kalani Brown when she comes in the game, like get her in the post. Like Kalani will ask for the ball, and they can get her going. Like she gets a lot of putbacks. Putbacks is how she gets a lot of her points. Um, Natasha Howard, she can go get a bucket. She can go get a bucket. She's just gotta like when she's cooking, ride her. Like use her. Keep feeding her if she's cooking. That's what you do. Keep feeding her the ball. Like don't just give her the ball one play and then the next play you don't go give her the ball. No. It you can't it's not gonna work that way. And then expect her to be engaged in the game. So now you got Satu Sabli coming back. Satu Sabli has been solid. She's been dominant as far as team like Germany as far as the Olympics. She had three-point game. The other night she struggled though. She struggled with the shooting, and then today she struggled with the shooting. Um, for her, if her shot's not falling, she's got to be able to go defend, go rebound, go block a shot, get the defense going. If the offense is not rolling, um, don't just seem like you're just out there running cardio. Don't seem like that, and that seems to be the case some games. Um, she's a difference maker. So you talking about getting Satu back now in the second half. You talking about a player that can go get 20 any night. 20 can go get 20 and 6 any night. Like she's not going to uniform for nothing. Like Satu can score, score. Um, like granted, I would say Enrique's been their number one option, but I would try to get Satu going because for y'all to even make a run in the last 15 games, like the last 14, 15 games, Satu's going to be a big part of it. Maddie Segrist, um, off the bench would be a big part of it. Um, like Enrique's shots, like you're gonna have to split them shots now with Satu. Like whichever one of y'all is hot is who Letitia Chambers would keep the ball in their hands. Goes to that player. Like y'all got multiple weapons on that team. Multiple offensive weapons. So what your starting five now is gonna be Odyssey Sims, Enrique, Satu, Natasha Howard, and Big T. So that's your starting five, and your bench now is J.C. Sheldon, Maddie Segrist, Kalani Brown, Lou Lopez, Central, um, Jalen Brown. If like whenever she can come back, like that, you're probably only going what three deep off the bench now. Like I think y'all can make a push. Do I don't know. Like you'd have to win most of these games to make it playoffs. Like that would be the situation with it. Y'all would have to basically win most of these 15 games to make it in the playoffs. Yeah, you're gonna have to win most of these games. Um, Like that's gonna have to be what the situation is. Um, yeah, that would have to be what the situation is. Um, let's see. How does getting Satu Sabi back help the Wings? Harika doesn't have to throw up a bunch of shots now. She doesn't have to throw up a bunch of shots. That's the best way I can sum that up. Um, she takes the most shots out of anybody in there on their team, especially the start five. Um, I think now with Satu coming back, games that uh she's gonna be a nightmare matchup in some of these games. Honestly, like she's got some good matchups coming up at her position. Like Satu's got to affect the game in more ways than scoring. That's pretty much what it's got to come down to: rebounding, blocking, assisting, defending without fouling. Without fouling, that is a major key point. Doing all these things without fouling and staying healthy, staying healthy for the remainder, staying healthy for the rest of the season after being out the first half of the season. Um, that's how she helps them. That's how she will affect the game for them. The Odyssey Sims effect. You get a player who you don't have to run plays for because she can go get a bucket off of a defensive play, still forcing a turnover, bam, easy bucket. Like Odyssey Sims doesn't need plays ran for. She knows how to get the ball to Ricky when she needs it. Knows how to get Big T and Kalani the ball, Natasha Howard the ball, and now she's played with Satsu before, so I think they're going to continue rolling. Do I think Odyssey Sims scoring may go down? Yes. We get Satu back. That 15, that 17 a game may go down to 4, 13, maybe 14 points a game, probably. Like that, her scoring is going to be affected by it. Um, Maddie Seamus, like we haven't had an update as far as her breaking her hand. I know they were talking about um during the break while they as far as the Olympics, some about checking as far as her hand and her being able to shoot. They never finished with the update on that. But if she's fully healthy and ready to go, she can pick up where she left off at. She can pick up where she left off at. Um, I think she's good for a good 8 and 5 off the bench. Good 8 and 5 off the bench. Kalani's good for a good 4 and 5 off the bench. JC Shelton's good for a good maybe 8 points off the bench. Maybe a couple rebounds, couple dimes. Like I think for them, even if they try to make a push for the playoffs, the biggest question still would be their bench. They're going to be heavily relying on their starting five. That's what they would be doing, heavily relying on the starting five. Um, when we talk about who they have to play for the second half of the season, who they have to play for the second half of the season? Um, First game is the Connecticut Sun. This will be a good matchup because Satu can match up with Dewanabana. So that's going to be a good matchup right there. That's going to be a good matchup between Dewanabana and and Alyssa Thomas. They're probably going to switch as far as her. That's going to be a good matchup. Um, I can see them trading buckets. Um, I think that's how that's going to end up going. They're going to be trading a lot of buckets. I think whoever kind of wins that matchup can dictate how winning the game. Like, Alyssa Thomas is a one with a fast break. That's up for Natasha Howard to be able to guard her and stop her being able to take the ball and just go up with it. You gotta be able to defend her, but still be physical with AT. Brianna Jones and Big T matchup. Um, that's a good matchup. Big T has the height, but Brianna Jones more so has the moves and floater, spin, into a shot. Um, Big T's gotta defend her without fouling, vice versa. Like it's like these matchups are gonna be big, big. The matchups, winning some of these matchups. Um, Dejanay, Carrington, Garden, Enrique should be fun. That should be fun. Dejanay plays amazing defense, but we've seen Enrique get shots off that we're like, how she do that? It could be 2 seconds left on the clock, and she gets off an amazing shot that you're like, damn, she need that. So that that game it matchups. Who won some of these matchups? I think that game is going to be very close. It's going to come down to the last couple of minutes of the fourth quarter. Um, and who's making shots? That's going to make a difference too. Who's making shots? And which team is not in foul trouble? What team's not in foul trouble will make a difference too. Um, that I wouldn't be surprised if that game comes down to last second for whoever, whether the Wings or the Sun win, or it goes into overtime. I won't be surprised. Um, they play the Liberty. They play the Liberty a couple of times. That's a good test. That's a good matchup too of matchups because now Satu's back. But Naja Laney's been out the last few games with the minor knee surgery. Will she be able to how will she be? She's been out what 4 or 5 games and then she's had the whole Olympic break. Is she gonna be good to go the first game back? Um we've seen the Liberty play well without Benaja lately, but I think when you have certain matchups, you need her for defending certain players. And she's giving you a good 10-12 a night. Good 10-12 a night because who's really scoring off of the Liberty bench? Kennedy Burke might give you a couple of points. Naya Sably, now that she's healthy. Um, and I, I think they split with some of those games. It really depends. I think they split though. I think they played 4 times actually in these games. Yeah, they played 4 times. So I would say Dallas gets at least one out of that. Out of them 4 games, they get at least one. I think they can get at least one game, and it'll probably be a game at home for them that they get the win. I don't see them winning. Not in New York. I don't see it. I just don't see it happening. LA Sparks. Um, Derek and Hamby. Rakia Jackson versus Satu should be interesting. That's gonna be an interesting matchup. That is. That's gonna be a very interesting matchup. Um, Rakia Jackson's starting to come into her own. Like offensively, she's always been a bucket, but it's like her really figuring out how to score and like making it look so easy, effortlessly. Um, that's a matchup. That's a matchup. Stopping Derek and Hamley's going to be another one too. That's somebody y'all got to stop. She's averaging 20 and 10. You got to stop her. Ari McDonald. Ari McDonald's been averaging like 17 for like the last few games. So Ari and Odyssey is going to be a good back and forth. Um, getting you got to get the teammates involved. Um, if they can shut down Derek and Hamby and stop Rakia Jackson, I would say they beat the Sparks. They played the Aces twice. Um, Matchups because with Asia you would have Natasha Howell guarding Asia Wilson. She's a good defender, but I don't think like she's not stopping Asia Wilson though. I don't think like pushing her around, being physical with her. That like she's still getting her shot off. Her jumper's looking really good nowadays. That's 20 and 10. It's crazy. Like y'all double and triple teaming her. She's still getting 20 and 10 a night. Um, Jackie Young matchup with Satu. Both two-way players. Both can go get a bucket. Um, gotta win the matchup with that. Gotta win the matchup. Same with or the matchup with Enrique. It somebody like if I'm the Dallas Wings, anybody but Asia, it would be my game plan. Anybody but Asia Wilson beats us. Even like I'm gonna let Jackie Young go off. I'm gonna let Kelsey Plum go off. I'm gonna let uh Chelsea Gray go off. I'm gonna let Alicia Clark make her threes when she comes off the bench. Kate Martin make her threes off the bench. I'm gonna let Tiffany Hayes get her points. Like I'm gonna let anybody but Asia Wilson beat us. Like those games are gonna come down to matchups. I don't like evenly matched, honestly. But I'm still going Aces to beat them. Like like When the Wings don't shoot well, they don't fare well in some of these games. They don't. They don't fare well in some of these games. I got the Aces beating them both games. Minnesota Lynx. That's a winnable game. It's a winnable game, but you still gotta stop Alana Smith. You gotta stop Nafisa Collier, and you gotta stop Kenny McBride. Um, y'all have you should win the matchup. You have Big T. Like y'all got an outside inside game now. Use it to the advantage. Like Alana Smith is shorter than Big T. You should be able to get her in the post and get her some easy baskets. But she's got to do it without like she'll get the ball to like this in the players. And you know that offensive foul is gonna be cold. Simple as that. Offensive foul is gonna be cold. Um Anybody but Fee. I would go the same route with them. I'm letting Kelly McBride shoot the three. I'm letting Alana Smith see what she can do, but I'm going to try to shut down Fee. I'm trying to shut down Fee. That 20 and 10, I'm trying to shut that down. Oh, if she gets it, she gonna have to work for every possession. But they got a better bench. They got a better bench. You got Alyssa Pally off the bench. You got Diamond Miller off the bench. Who else is off their bench? And Natasha Heidemann. Like they got a better bench. Like they got a few off the bench that can come in and have some produce. And then I'm not even talking about Courtney Williams. Like Courtney and Enrique, Courtney and Odyssey going back and forth. Like matchups are gonna matter. Anybody but Fee. Anybody but Fee. That's gonna be a close game. I think that's gonna come down to the last minutes. It's gonna come down to the last minutes. Um, y'all gotta play the Indiana Fever twice. You gotta play the Indiana Fever twice. So, um, I don't know. I think y'all can split with those. Uh, Aaliyah Boston playing pretty decent. Kelsey Plum's getting her buckets. And as far as Caitlin's got to shoot the ball more. But if they're doing all those, it's going to be um, game of stops. Who got the better offense? Who wins some of these matchups? Um, they play the Mystics. I think they'll beat the Mystics. They play the Drain. The Drain. That should be a good back and forth game. Matchups too with that one. The Sky. They play the Sky. Um, that that could be a close game, but I might edge that one a little bit more to the Wings, and then the Storm. I think a close game.